Welcome everybody. My name is Steve, and you are watching the first ever broadcast of the Steve Show. Now let's get started, shall we? So we're going to be talking about all the games. All the games from Sunday, Monday. Let's quickly go over the Thursday night game. Lions beat the Kansas City Chiefs 21-20. Kind of an epic game, but the Chiefs did not have Travis Kelce, but hey, a win is a win, and the Lions are 1-0. So, without further ado, let's look ahead at the games. And as you can see, I am a Packers fan. Strong, heavy, everywhere you look, Packers. So, we're going to be starting with that game. Game number 1, Green Bay, Chicago. My pick is obviously going to be the Packers. I think they're going to win 24-20. I think Aaron Jones is going to be the top fantasy pick. I think he's going to get 2 touchdowns, have over 100 scrimmage yards. It's going to have an incredible game. With Christian Watson out, that we just got that information today. Hopefully Romeo Dobbs plays. You know, A.J. Dillon steps up. We got a lot of young wide receivers that could step up as well. So I think Jordan Love has a lot of talent to spread the ball around to. I think he's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine. So going down the list of these games now, we're going to head down to the Carolina versus Atlanta game. You know, Bryce Young, he's young. Carolina, you know, they're a little banged up. DJ Chark is injured, we just found out. Adam Thielen is a little banged up as well. I think the Falcons have a little bit more experience, you can say. Bijan Robinson, top draft pick that they're going to be utilizing probably more than Jahmyr Gibbs was. So let's move on, and I think I'm going to pick the Falcons here, 20-13, and Bijan Robinson is probably going to score at least once. At least. He's going to get the ball. He's going to score. All right. Moving on to Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Joe Burrow, highest paid quarterback in the league, and that's for good reason. And that's why I'm picking them to win 30-21. Even though Deshaun Watson has a lot of talent around him, he has Nick Chubb, he's got Amari Cooper, you know, I just don't think they're going to be able to withstand the Bengals. And that's why Joe Burrow has a lot of talent to spread the ball around to. He's got T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, he's got Joe Mixon, he's got Irv Smith Jr. now at tight end slot. He's going to be just fine. He's going to be the fantasy pick this week for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Jacksonville versus the Indianapolis Colts. This game is kind of a toss-up for me. I really like Anthony Richardson. I really do. But I think the Jaguars will win this game because Trevor Lawrence is a winner. He's got Christian Kirk. He's got Evan Ingram, healthy tight end who stepped up big late in the season last year. You know, they're looking good. They were a playoff team last year. I think Anthony Richardson has a lot of growing pains to go through. Indianapolis doesn't have Jonathan Taylor right now. I'm picking the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game, and it's going to be close. It's going to be 20-17. I think Christian Kirk is going to get a score and make close to 100 yards. I really do. I think Christian Kirk is going to have a big game. I have him on my fantasy team, and I picked him for a good reason this year. I think Trevor Lawrence is a ball slinger, and he's going to find whoever he needs to out there. It's going to be Kirk. All right, moving on to the Bucks versus the Vikings, which, as you can see, still a Packers fan. But you know what? The Vikings have not been talked about all this season. Jefferson is still there. Kirk Cousins, they got rid of Dalvin Cook, but you know what? He wasn't healthy anyway. They have Alexander Madison, healthy, good to go. I am picking the Vikings to win this game 27-13. I don't think Baker Mayfield is going to be able to pull this game off. And the Vikings defense is going to be stout. They drafted well. I'm picking the Vikings. Justin Jefferson scoring 2 touchdowns, 137 yards, around there. All right. Moving on to Tennessee versus the Saints. Now, this game is tough because you got Derrick Henry. You got DeAndre Hopkins on Tennessee now. You still have Tannehill throwing them the ball. But the Saints have Derek Carr. They don't have Kamara, but they have Jamal Williams, the touchdown monster. This game was really, really hard to pick for me. The Saints now have Michael Thomas back. This game, there's a lot of guys that can go off. But I gotta go with the Saints winning 24-16, and Jamal Williams, my guy, he's scoring probably 2 touchdowns like he always does. Even if they're within 1-2 yards, he's getting the touchdowns all day, every day. Get Jamal Williams. All right, game 7. San Francisco 49ers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. All out defensive battle I see here. You know, Brock Purdy has a lot of weapons around him. Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. The Steelers offense, Pickett has Pickens, Pickett has Pickens. They have Najee Harris. What can he do with the ball, I don't know. I don't know what they can do, but I am going to pick the 49ers to win this game. I think the Steelers' defense is stout, but they're not going to be able to score enough points to contend with Christian McCaffrey's 49ers. Because Christian McCaffrey owns them 49ers now. He's going to be the stud to carry them probably to the playoffs again this year with Brock Purdy as their quarterback, or whoever they end up with quarterback. Who knows? All right. Game 8, we got Arizona versus Washington. Arizona versus Washington, I can see this game potentially being a high-scoring game, 30s to the high 20s. Big believer in Sam Howell. I think he can do a lot for Washington. If they stay healthy, their defense is good. Arizona is a hot mess. No Kyler Murray. I do have James Conner on my fantasy team, so I'm hoping he does his thing and gets, a touchdown or 2. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen with that one. But I am going to pick the Commanders to win this game. I don't know if I said Redskins before, but it's all in my head. I'm picking the Commanders 28-27. Like I said, high 20s. Sam Howell's going to be able to spread the ball around. They have Antonio Gibson. They have Brian Robinson, Jahan Dotson. Terry McLaurin's going to play. They got an all-around stout team, and if their defense can stay healthy, they'll be just fine. All right, game 9, we have the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. This shouldn't even be a question. This should be a win for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, I know Odell just went on the injury report today with an ankle injury, but I think they're going to be just fine. He has a lot of weapons around him still this season, and even if he didn't, Lamar has potential to win any game by himself. Especially against Houston with CJ Stroud, young quarterback, another rookie quarterback thrown into the fire. I'm going to pick the Baltimore Ravens to destroy him 30-10. Lamar Jackson fantasy pick. He's going to run. He's going to throw for several touchdowns. It's going to be an amazing game to watch. I hope you can tune in. Game 10. Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. Not a believer in Denver Broncos this year still. Even with Sean Payton, I don't know what to believe with Russell Wilson. I don't believe he has many weapons around him. Javonte Williams, he's okay. Jerry Jeudy, he's okay if he's healthy. But Las Vegas, I think with Jimmy Garoppolo, he's always been a decent winner. They have Devontae Adams. They have Josh Jacobs ready for the full workload, he said. So I do believe the Vegas Raiders are going to win this game 24-16. I think Josh Jacobs is going to have a big game, over 100 yards and a touchdown. Possibly even 2, but I'm going to predict at least a touchdown and 100 yards. Game 11, let's move on to the Eagles versus the Patriots. This is going to be a great game. You have the Eagles' top scoring offense. They have a great defense as well. You have the Patriots, who always have a great defense. We don't know what their offense is going to look like this year with Mac Jones. They have a lot of returning players, so maybe they have a little bit more camaraderie and communication between them to step up. However, this Eagle team was in the Super Bowl last year. Let's not forget, Jalen Hurts was a masterpiece even in the Super Bowl. So I am going to pick the Eagles to win this game 28-17. I don't think the Patriots are going to be able to score more than 20 points against the Eagles defense. I think Jalen Hurts is going to score several touchdowns, 1 probably running and 2 or 3 through the air. So Jalen Hurts is going to be my fantasy pick. Also, my fantasy quarterback, got to have him this year. Moving on to game 12, we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Los Angeles Chargers. big believer in Miami this year. I like Tyreek Hill with Tua connection. Jalen Waddle, gotta love the Penguin. The Chargers, though, Justin Herbert, they still have Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. These names just pop out at you like they're going to score 40 points every game. So I do see this game being a shootout. I definitely want to watch this game. The only issue is that it's going to be on during the Packers game, so I will only be able to tune in during commercials. However, I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win this game 35-32. I think Tyreek Hill is going to have an explosive game. He's predicting 2,000 yards this season, so he's got to start out really big. Maybe 200 yards first game. Who knows? We'll find out at 4:25 on Sunday, and it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Tune into this game if you're not watching my Packers. All right, game 13. We have the Rams versus the Seahawks. I'm probably not going to tune into this game unless it's on the red zone, because I'm not a big believer in Matt Stafford. Cooper Kupp's not even there. His young receivers, I don't know if he's got the connection. I don't know. The defense is still good. They have Aaron Donald. And then you got Seattle. Geno Smith, big potential still. Had a good season last year. Now he got paid. He's the starter. He's good to go on Seattle. He's got a team around him. Lockett, Metcalf. Who's their starting running back? He's got Penny, right? Maybe? I don't know. But either way, Seattle's still a stout team. Good defense all around, especially at home, the 12th man. I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks winning this game 20-13. I just don't think the Rams are going to be able to score that many points with this team without Cooper Kupp. They're going to have some struggles early. Let's go with the Seahawks. And this fantasy pick is going to be a Seahawks defense. I can see them come away with a defensive touchdown in this game. Some sacks on Stafford, and a couple other turnovers possibly. I think they're going to have the most points out of anybody in this game. So let's go with them. Game 14, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. This game, division rivals, big game. You know, you got Dak Prescott. You have a new wide receiver in Brandon Cooks who could stretch the field. You have Tony Pollard. You know, he can receive out of the backfield just as good as he can run. And then you have the Giants with Daniel Jones getting the bag. And you got Saquon still there. You know, you got a lot of young receiving talent there who can step it up. You have Darren Waller, who, questionable. I think he'll give it a go week 1 with a new team. I think he's going to want to. I got to pick the Giants. I mean, no. Let's go with the Cowboys. It's going to be 31-24. Fantasy pick, Tony Pollard. 2 or 3 touchdowns for Tony Pollard. I don't know if Dak's going to have any touchdown passes unless it's to Tony Pollard, to be honest with you. Giants, I think they'll just fall short. I think they're going to make this close. This is why I said the Giants at first, because I did have them winning before. However, I just don't see them overcoming that Cowboys defense. Micah Parsons is just stout. He's going to be all over Daniel Jones. He's going to have to try to run. And I just don't know how many times Daniel Jones can run for 50, 60-yard touchdowns. I've seen it before, but I don't know if we'll see it again. All right, game 15, the game that everybody's waiting for, because Aaron Rodgers, bam, 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 is on a new team. He's on the New York Jets playing the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. And he's, 8 or 9-0 on Monday Night Football in his past games? Guy's a stud. But the Buffalo Bills, another playoff team, Super Bowl contender the past 2 years. Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs. You know, James Cook, their leading back, I think now. You know, they have a stout team still. This is going to be a tough game to pick. And, you know, I like Rodgers. They got all the talent in the world over there. Can they mesh? Have they done enough with Hard Knocks, communication, becoming a team? I'm going to have to go with the Bills winning this first game, 32-27. I just don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to get it done. I think Josh Allen is going to be too much for that team. I think Josh Allen is going to have a couple touchdown passes. He's probably going to QB sneak one in from the 1-yard line because the guy's huge. And he's just going to be a really great fantasy pick if you have him at quarterback or you want to pick him on a FanDuel or DraftKings lineup this week. So, with all that being said, I think it's going to be a great first week of football. However, I do have a sleeper pick for fantasy if you're looking for a quarterback that you don't know the matchup wise, the defense, or anything like that. I really don't know. But you got Jordan Love. He's without Christian Watson, but that's okay. He's got a lot of young talent. They're going to want to throw the ball, see what he can showcase for the team. You still have Aaron Jones who can receive out of the backfield. I think the team is going to look good. The defense, we need to bank on the defense. But another sleeper I have this week, and maybe all year, all season, is going to be Anthony Richardson. Because this guy, when he runs, you're picturing Cam Newton out there. He's big, he's tough, he's physical, he's fast. I think he has potential of scoring several touchdowns a game on the ground with his feet. And as long as he can be accurate, I know his accuracy's taken a toll. 13 for 29, I believe, through the preseason. He needs to step that up, complete some passes, find some tight ends, and he'll be good to go. You know? But either way, it's great. It's going to be a great week. I hope you guys hit that subscribe button to my YouTube channel. And I will see you guys next week for week 2 picks and fantasy suggestions. Everybody, say goodnight. This is week 1.